Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next match in the Zelda 1 Randomizer 2022 tournament. We have a four-way group match between Jam Evil, JSR, Naminva, and Eat My Steel. I am Elzo, and I am joined by Boof and Boom.
Why, hello. How are you today?
I am quite good, if a little bit tired, because it's the weekend, and naturally you stay up late on the weekends.
Very true.
So I believe this is game one between these four runners, which means nobody has accumulated any sort of points towards moving on yet.
Yes, you would be correct. I believe Nirvana and Eat My Steel have already done some races, and this is Jam Evil and JSR's first time so far since the groups were declared.
Yes. Jamie Evil and JSR both getting that first round guaranteed bye.
So I am hoping for some really funky combat today because I know we have four fantastic runners. I'm excited.
I want to see a required early Patrick to do anything in the seed.
All right, Valletta, our wonderful tracker, along with Cameo and Renokai, start a Patra count.
Get an early look at the Blue Ring Bryce.
And my apologies, Nimunva. Sorry.
We have an early level 8 sighting. Looks like two of the runners have elected to go in. JSR is noping on out of there, and there's the first Patrick.
All right, so JSR finding level 5. And let's see. Looks like Eat My Steel is also going to have that information right along with Jam Evil. And Namunva is going hopefully to the Dead Woods.
I am a little surprised JSR didn't immediately go back to the level 5 to try to open up that locked door. But we do have an Armos item power bracelet.
Okay, it looks like Jam Evil did pop the door as you suggested. And let's see if there is anything that we can get to. No.
There's Moblins.
Well, I mean, unless he can somehow headbutt them, I don't think we're going to make any progress.
Just bash him in the face with a shield. No big deal. There's a sword on JSR's side.
And a power bracelet for Jam Evil.
Now, caveat, the one that JSR found is a magical sword, so you can't really pick it up, but it is a sword. And nobody ever qualifies which sword they want to see. And an early level 2 sighting. Under the power bracelet spot.
Now, I would go in there and dip just a couple rooms just to see if maybe there's something laying on the floor.
Yeah, you might get lucky and there's a wand or a white sword on the floor in 2 if you just go in the couple of rooms. In this case, there are Tektites. And a triforce. And Bimo statues. And level 7 is also power bracelet blocked. Man, 2 power bracelet blocked levels already.
And open doors, as Gem Evil is showing us exactly how you run screaming across a level.
But I don't think there's going to be anything... Unless there's something free on the floor in this room. Looks like nothing available in 2 without a weapon, except that Triforce. Now, do note that with the Power Bracelet as the Armos item, we can have a Power Bracelet blocked Wood Sword, as Jam is going to be our first runner on the board with the Triforce at 3 minutes in.
But given that it's only 1 or 2 rooms in, it doesn't quite mean much just yet.
Right. What?
So not even... Go ahead.
Any roads are kind of meh. You have two right next to each other, and then one's at the waterfall, but elsewise, not great.
I was going to say we're 5 minutes in and we've already seen, what, 4 or 5 levels already? Like, this is turning into a jet seed.
Now, you say that now.
True, there is Patra.
Yeah. It likely require... Ugh. Well, we spent all the money on jet fuel.
That is a very gross large secret.
Okay, so we're trying to wait out the Lionels here, but this one Lionel just will not leave it from in front of the door. Going to elect to open up the Armos to get into the cave.
And Eat My Steel and Namanva both in level 2. JSR did get in there, got rewarded with a little cash, and Jam Evil found the Any Roads.
It's interesting that everybody's elected to jump into this level 2, and yet there's just nothing you can get out of it.
Well, I mean, we know that.
Well, most everyone's elected to jump into level 2. JSR did not. In before the Dig Dogger has the item.
So you're already predicting a recorder blocked item in level 2?
Yup.
Okay, so far you have called Patras and they are there, so I vote you have Commentator's Blessing / Curse.
Excellent. JSR is going to pick up a candle here. I don't disagree with it. We haven't seen a bonus cave yet. They could all be under candle spots, and you have the money to buy the candle now. You might as well just go ahead and get it.
I think I just saw on Jam Evil's side the green tree does have a candle shop in it. Unfortunately, I believe it was 78 rupees.
Yes, a relatively pricey candle. JSR also gets some bombs out of this candle, so good use of the candle and the counts there for him.
We have a sword, a wooden pointy stick on Jam Evil's side, and that was at the Letter Cave.
That is not exactly a spot that you're going to want to go back to. Because if you're JSR, you're probably not going back there for a while because you already did the waterfall, so now those are just 3 loose caves. But JSR is also the only person that's even in a position to have a candle.
Well, we haven't seen our white sword item yet. Granted, JSR cannot pick it up, but if it is something like a white sword or a wand, we might see him prioritize that less.
Right. Although I do imagine once JSR gets done with this little bit of exploration on this west side, he'll probably want to make his way over to the spots on the east that he missed.
So it seems like we have all of the runners kind of doing the same thing. I'm watching Namanva and Eat My Steel. They are exploring the Any Roads. So a step or two behind Jam Evil and JSR, but still it looks like everybody's making the same play.
I just noticed that the mid-secret is 28, so the money is absolutely not there in this seed. Also, most of the runners are have been in very precarious health situations for most of the seed. Because this overworld is not exactly the most friendly thing out there.
Well, I mean, Lionels are never friendly, but I haven't seen any Wizrobes or Darknuts, so my best guess is they're going to be in the dungeons, so I'm definitely calling a combat-heavy seed here.
So I wonder if Jam goes to buy a candle here. It looks like he is going to opt to do that.
Well, I mean, Nudie McBeardman, which is what his sprite is called, must be kept warm.
What, you're saying getting hugged by the enemies doesn't keep you warm?
I mean, it made me feel you warm and fuzzy inside, but good old-fashioned maybe.
And there is a bonus cave, the first one we've seen at Vanilla 6.
Alright, so 2 runners now with candles, and 2 runners doing some more overworld exploration. I don't believe we've seen a lot of this around Vanilla 8, and I don't think we've seen what's on the coast yet, so Namanva is going to be the first person to show us what we're working with.
Jam is going to get sniped on the way down to the forest, and JSR has now checked all the power bracelet spots, so he knows that There is no power bracelet blocked sword, but also, much like everyone, has knowledge of the 2 blocked levels, and there's a level 9. Looks like we have a red ring on the coast.
Which probably is a welcome sight, because at some point ladder might be required, and then as soon as you get that, you don't have to waste money on a blue ring purchase.
Well, that just means we're going to put ladder deep in 6 and make it not required at all, aren't we?
Hey, you said it, I didn't.
There's level 4 for JSR. This is slowly turning into, for JSR, a seed where he's likely going to end up doing a lot of the overworld early, and then just start pounding through levels once he gets that sword.
I mean, that's not a bad strategy either, because then as soon as you get the sword, you can kind of route your way through. But then again, it also depends on what you see in said levels.
Right. But so far, there hasn't been any advantage gotten for any runner by digging a level weaponless. And it actually looks like most everyone's going to end up not heading towards that sword early. It's only going to be Jam with that early sword.
So then the question is, what drops here in 2? I mean, according to you, it's going to be nothing because he doesn't have the recorder, but still. And thankfully, Tektites are not chunky today, at least the red ones.
JSR does not get the Force Bomb on the Octorok, and is not going to find a sword here.
So Eat My Steel, meanwhile, in level 4, and Munva taking a look at the shop.
It sounds like we do have a ladder block in level 4.
And many Dig Doggers in level 2, as Eat My Steel picks up their candle.
Electing to take the free one out of the Heart Cave makes sense to me.
It makes sense to me, but it breaks my heart as well. The completionist in me hates the fact that you have to give up a heart.
Alright, so we have a potential Dig Dogger and ladder block in level 2. Excellent.
And Nimunva getting their sword. And Eat My Steel is up near the graveyard.
JSR will probably be the next runner to get a sword just based on where he is.
I agree. And another Take Any at Vanilla 6, so I believe that was 2 or 3 we've seen so far.
No, it looks like JSR wants to do a little bit of Candle Row instead. Not a terrible idea, honestly.
No, it looks like Jam is going from the left, he's going from the right. We almost had a high five.
JSR being told he can't handle the truth.
Neither can I sometimes, so I'm okay with that.
And looks like JSR is using retry strats to make sure he doesn't lose out on any of his resources that he has whenever he checks these caves.
Which I agree with, considering that he's already seen exactly how poverty-driven this particular seed is.
Absolutely. Vanilla 1 is going to have a door repair. So Nim currently is the only runner without a candle, which is a little unfortunate.
But they can stab things, so violence is still the answer here.
Well, I mean, with this game, it's always the answer. Even when you think it's not the answer, it's the answer. There's a bomb pack for JSR.
So I wonder if that is going to push him then more towards the Forgotten Spot and do those particular checks.
He might elect to do the Forgotten Spot right now because he's kind of in the area, but I don't think it's going to push him away from that northeast ultimately. What might push him away from the northeast is electing to do the forest and wrapping up.
But I think with the exception of West Death Mountain, though, he's pretty much got this entire overworld tracked already.
He has not been to West Death Mountain. He's not been to the forest. And he's not been to this northeast corner, which it looks like he's going to opt to do forest first and northeast corner second. Jam finds level 3. JSR is not too far away from it.
So realistically, let's see. We're missing level 1 and level 8, I think?
Yes, and I also believe level 6 has not been seen yet. JSR finds the bomb shop. We'll find the level 3 relatively soon, but it likes to also buy the arrows. I personally really like the purchase.
Yes, with extra bosses, you have no idea when you're going to find a Goma, and you don't know when you're going to find a bow. And if he finds the bow before he finds his wood sword, he's already has white sword damage in his arsenal.
Eat My Steel is going to be our third runner to get the wood sword. JSR finds level 3, elects not to go in.
And Imanva is heading towards level 5 and the waterfall and white sword cave.
JSR finds level 1 on the south coast, and we have a split level 3. So, I honestly think at this point, if you're JSR, you'll almost just go ahead and finish off the overworld to see if you even need to get any more exploration items, or if you're just looking for bow and silvers and potentially ladder.
Yeah, I agree. And for those keeping count, second Patra has been spotted. Alright, will it push?
One way to find out, it will not. There was a floor drop.
Oh, okay.
If there is a floor drop in the room that appears after killing all the enemies, or if there is a shutter door, or if there is a Gleeok in the room, there will not be a push block.
Yeah, I did not see the floor drop item. He was too fast.
He was also standing right on top of the spawn for it. But I think it was just a key. JSR takes a death over on the east side of Hyrule. That is extremely unfortunate. Gonna delay his sword even further.
So we have Nim in the Dead Woods, Eat My Steel in the Forest, and Jam still exploring level 3. Heading back to that other segment, hoping to play Find the Bomb Hole, or a map. Map would be quite nice at this point.
JSR popped into level 2, presumably to get a better spawn on the levers. Jam finds a compass in level 3. JSR is going to take the any road back up to the northeast. I like this.
And hopefully we'll then stay up in the northeast. I mean, as soon as they head left, I'm immediately like, oh, dang it, no, that way, that way.
And to answer the question in chat about nobody rediving level 2, Jam Evil did redive level 2, but he was blocked by either Recorder or Ladder from getting the item.
And if you jam, you really have to hope that using your last key is going to lead to something. And well, there it is.
Here is an item, but what is the item in level 3? It is the Recorder.
Hey! That will help with level 2.
That could be extremely important. JSR still on the hunt for the sword. EMS back into level 2. Jam is done with level 3.
And Nim is heading to the graveyard. I did get to notice, though, that blue Tektites did roll up, so only half of our Tektites are chunky today.
Another death for JSR trying to get up to that one spot. And I think if you're JSR at this point, you got to be starting to get a little nervous because you're 18 minutes in, you still don't have a sword. And knowing the field that you're against definitely is not something you want to be seeing, getting a sword this late.
I agree. Jam Evil finds level 1 on the coast and does have a stick, so is going to give us a look at what's inside. Let's see if there is any key blocks.
Well, there's no push block there. And we'll likely have to pop this door open via some Overworld pirouetting.
Instead finds a bomb hole.
Ooh. And this gets him past that one key door that he saw, and picks him up a key. And still gives him the option to pirouette that door on the right.
So, Nim with the power bracelet is
Oh boy.
run
Jam.
screaming.
Jam has the silvers already.
They were on the floor?
They were on the floor and won. Jam has recorder, has sword, has silvers. He just needs bow and ladder pretty much, and he's good.
I mean, if you hold the arrow in your hand and sort of, stab it like a sword, that could kind of work.
If only.
I'm still waiting for a flag that if you get the letter, you can roll it up like a newspaper and hit people with it.
Yes. JSR headed back through the overworld back to that northeast. JM back in level 1 after opening the key door is greeted by another key door with an Aqua Menace room. Nim finds level 4. And Jam finds a Triforce in level 1, but is going to elect to continue digging for the second item. I fully agree with this play. That's Badger.
I think we're only up to 3 though now.
Looks like Jam is going to elect to go to the right here instead of up past the Patra. And if it were... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, he knows where the Triforce is, and really all he's looking for is a push block room, so I won't want to touch Patra either.
Yeah, I think I would be much more willing to do this room that he's in now.
So JSR, meanwhile, is finally back up in the northeast corner, and hopefully we'll go over and get their wooden sword.
Well, it looks like he is going to check this corner over here first, which makes sense. From a routing perspective, it's more efficient to do that. Jam is going to find the red candle in level 1.
Which isn't too terrible. I mean, you don't really have that much of repeatable offense, and if you don't have full hearts and no ladder, you can't really fire anything over a river.
And it's also just a nice item to have for when you get stuck in a room full of bubbles.
True. Very, very true. And that looks like a dancing man.
I can agree with this.
So Nim, on the other hand, did see the ladder block of the Triforce, still opting to dig the dungeon, hoping maybe that something's in here.
Well, there is always the option for your ladder being in the dungeon that is ladder blocked. JSR is going to get his sword now, as Jam picks up his third Triforce.
And EMS, I believe... No, but this is the transport room, or is this the item room for level 3?
This is the transport in level 3. The item was up in the little segment over in the upper corner. See Nim fighting some Wizrobes. So now, if you're JSR, where do you go first?
Well, he is... Well, that's a good question. I'm going to say level 2 just because it seems to be one of the easiest, well, one of the easier dungeons to route, at least from his perspective. I don't think he's been in there yet to see all of the dig doggers.
He has not. I would argue JSR will go to level 1 or 3 first. Just level 1 because it's got that 2 item factor, level 3 because 3 is sometimes better about keys than not, and there's a bow in level 4.
Ooh, this is going to get spicy. EMS going off into level 3, doing an excellent Patra fight, but we've seen that one, so that doesn't count.
And the only thing we know at this point is we're going to have to get a ladder from somewhere to get the Triforce out of level 4, and the ladder will be in one of the larger dungeons, unless it is in 2, hidden by a dig dogger.
So Namanva with their second Triforce out of level 4, Jam Evil taking a heart from a Take Any, and JSR unfortunately hitting some door repairs as EMS continues their trek through level 3.
Speaking of level 3, it looks like that's where JSR is headed first. Given that it is in proximity, probably going to pick up some bombs because, you know, they're cheap. One of the few nice things about this seed is that the bombs are cheap. And there's a wand as the white sword item.
Oh, That is very nice. Oh, at the forgotten spot. All right. So that one does pay off this time.
But Jam does get into the level 2 spot. JSR grabs the Triforce, does not have a key to get into level 3. Ladderless seed is not possible in this seed because I believe we have a Triforce blocked by ladder, unless... Oh wait, no, Nim got the Triforce before, never mind.
Right, but I thought there was also... No, wait. Never mind. Level 2 was blocked by something.
Level 2 is potentially ladder or recorder blocked for the item, not for the Triforce. As EMS gets their recorder out of level 3, and it seems like having the one key to get into level 3 is going to be very crucial for this seed. Yeah, you cannot get into... Well, you might be able to pirouette the door, but you can't get into level 3 without that key, it looks. JSR in level 1 does find the bomb wall. Should find their silvers over in this room to the left. Cheap bombs for Nim. Or not Nim, EMS. And there's some silvers. JSR going to pick those up and move on to the room to the left of the land mill, as we did not see what was in here. Hopefully there's an additional key. It's just a 5 for Rotopatra.
That makes 4. So Nim cleaning up Candle Row. Emai Steel is heading toward looks to be the coast. And Jam Evil is heading into the Deadwoods.
I like that Nim bought a pity heart. Level 1... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you need it sometimes. You gotta have heart.
Like, it's better to buy the pity heart than it is to die.
Yes, I mean, well, cake or death also is a stupid question as well.
The answer's cake.
Yeah, but what happens when they run out of cake?
Well, then you just make more cake. EMS gets the double the Dongo. Gets Y-forced a little bit. I imagine he wanted to continue digging this out. JSR will get both Red Candle and Silvers out of here. JSR does have that Triforce in 3. So far, Recorder has not been shown to be required. So we'll see if that Recorder actually becomes relevant later on, depending on what's in level 2 and what's blocking it. It could very well just be that there's nothing in 2 of value.
Well, I'm looking over. We still have the bananas, which are outstanding, which anybody who is hoping that both of them are going to be a 9, the dream is still alive. And Recorder Lake is a shop.
The book is also... there's also a couple of items that they might want to see that could be in 2, such as the book, the magical key, the white sword. Spare Heart in 2 would actually probably... I don't think any runners would complain about the Spare Heart being in 2 unless they go back and specifically dig it out. Then they'll be annoyed. JSR now heading back into level 2. Now, has anyone besides JSR seen... No, I think most of the runners have actually seen where level 5 is, because it was kind of early. Level 6 currently the only level at large now, I believe.
And we still technically could have a block of it with the raft. I mean, nobody said it just had to be the power bracelet.
Right. There's the Patra of level 8. Moving past it is a potential push block. And it's transport.
Oh, that's too easy.
This game would be too easy if it actually had items.
Well, I mean, there's items. Some of them are just ridiculously buried under many rooms and tiny bomb holes.
Why not both? There's a key for Jam.
Well, we haven't seen bait block or any bomb upgrades yet, so I am looking forward to the bait block at least being required, and the bomb upgrade being trolley as well, costing hundreds of rupees, and you get 2.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. I want to see Zelda bait blocked one way. So, like, to go into a room from the bottom. Like, to go up into a room, you have to go through a bait block, and then the only other door is on the other side of a shoot room that you can't get to.
Let's do this. I am here for it.
JSR getting recorder blocked out of level 2. Big surprise there by said absolutely no, whatever. And that's a death in level 8.
Yeah, only 4 hearts. Technically 3. The red candle does work, but you gotta be really careful about going in and out of that doorway.
JSR will grab the triforce out of level 2, will not go back until he has a recorder. Little does he know the recorder's in 3, but so far that is shown to be a very little consequence.
Yep, and Eat My Steel has gotten the silver arrows and the red candle out. Nim just picks up their red candle and will more likely than not dig out those silvers.
Oh, JSR headed straight back to 3. Deciding this item is worth it. Not a bad play, actually. I do want to see somebody go back to 2 with this recorder, though. Just to see if the item in 2 is actually that ladder or something good like the Eddie key or the white sword, because that could be a major swing and could very well turn around any potential leads that anyone has, because right now the runners are pretty much rack and stack even for each other.
Yeah, I mean, even, like, Nim has the wand, and so I always, like, give that just a slight nudge, just because that is that extra combat. And our first is the Coast Heart in level 8.
I think I would also give Nim the advantage of bow and knowing that 4 is not strictly ladder blocked.
True, but we still have that potential for the recorder block into blocking something that is necessary.
But here's the other thing, though. You're Nim. You have silvers, wand, wood sword, and bow, and you have all but, like, 1 or maybe 2 dungeons seen. Do you just triforce and go every single dungeon at this point and just hope that you don't need any other items?
I think that depends on Nim's confidence in their combat abilities, because if you haven't found the ladder by the time you're ready to go into 9, and you know that red ring is just sitting on the coast, that might give you pause.
Right, but the other side of that coin, naturally, is if you're like, okay, well, I have a level 6 that I need to dig for a ladder, and I got the Triforce 2 rooms in, I'm just going to go to 9 on no ring, or maybe save up the money and get a blue ring through some gambling shenanigans.
Well, I am a fan of shenanigans.
I'd like to note JSR is up to, like, 5 keys.
Jam Evil clearing a room, hoping to get something. A key. Not too bad. So far, keys have been not starved. It seems like money so far is the only resource that we're really having an issue with. And even then, it hasn't been bad.
Nim is back in level 2 with no recorder, so we'll get a little bit further, but not much farther, and we'll not be able to get an item out of it. I'm still waiting for somebody to go back to 2 with this recorder just to see, because if the ladder's in 2, that is extremely significant.
Well, you see, somehow they heard you, so now they're going to say, I don't want Elsoa to get what he wants.
I mean, that's just a normal day for me. That's a recorder for JSR.
And potential staircase over here on Jam Evil's side. And Nim is still working through 2. And EMS, I think, Candle Row, where is he? Yep. Finishing up Candle Row.
Jam finds the ladder in level 8. Okay. JSR going back to 2.
So 2, perhaps, let's see. It would be nice and say any key in 2 underneath a Dig Dogger.
So all Jam needs at this point really is going to be the knowledge of where level 6 is and the bow out of level 4.
What is that recorder tune? I honestly cannot place it.
I can't either. And the Dig Doggers rolled max, because that's what they do.
But with an open door, thankfully very easy to beat.
And you get a map of level 2, which shows that there are a couple of rooms up here that you would not really be able to find otherwise. Any key in level 2, I think, would be perfectly fine. That is a bunch of blue dark nuts.
That was wicked. So EMS back in level 4 will get their bow, and Jam Evil is just trying to find a triforce at this point. And I gotta look, was the blue potion 30 or 50? I didn't get to look to see the Pepsi price.
I want to say it was in the 30s, but I saw it a little while ago and I may have forgotten.
Chat saying 52.75, so Coke is the drink of choice in my opinion.
Can I choose neither? I don't like Coke or Pepsi.
Alright, you can have tea.
I fully accept this.
And that is a ridiculously beefy level 8.
It's... Oh, that's a glitched Badger. So, if you fight the patches from the right, like Jam is doing, sometimes they like to glitch out, and when they do, you get this. There's the Dungeon Heart in level 2 for JSR. We know that's not the spare heart. He doesn't quite know that's not the spare heart yet, but you have to assume it's the Dungeon Heart. Jam does get the glitched out Patra down. Just gotta take out the main body and is rewarded with a 5er.
Which isn't bad in a money-starved seed. Meanwhile, EMS finding their bow out of 4, and Nim is off in level 3.
And now EMS is in that same Schrodinger's Go mode that Nim is.
Wait, when did EMS find the wand? How did I miss that?
Same way I missed it. I just wasn't paying attention because there was other stuff going on at the time.
Okay, good point.
The potential for a ladder block in 2 is still pretty strong. But there are these 2 rooms up over here that JSR has not cleared yet. And the problem is you do need to clear both of these rooms because level 2's item is going to be a drop. It's not going to be in a stair. And did they roll? I think they rolled high.
It looks like it, and unfortunately he does not have the ladder to just stand on the river and sword them down.
He's going to have to do some respawn shenanigans to get that one Dark Nut over, but his Dark Nut combat is being quite good so far. Recorder for Nim. That's going to finish off level 3. Level 9 found for EMS. Jam's still looking for the Triforce in 8, and there's a pretty reasonable possibility that all 4 of our runners are going to end up getting that ladder in 8 just by looking for the Triforce.
Yeah, I haven't seen a compass, and he's explored, I think, quite a good portion of at least the left side of the map.
There's a compass in level 2. Doesn't do a whole lot. Then there's some snakes. And the final room of the tail of level 8 is another Patra.
I've already lost count. I don't think I need to take my socks off yet, though.
And we now have confirmation that the item in level 2 is ladder blocked.
But with what's left over, unless the... Ooh, level 6 is the raft, and the raft is our item in 2.
I want this. I want it.
Alright, you've said it. And so according to scientific theory, if you said it, it will happen.
Yeah, that holds. The biggest problem for Jam right now is the lack of bow with all these Bull's Voice.
Yeah, and the room that they're in, it kind of makes it difficult.
Triforce out of 3 for Nim. That's going to put Nim at a minor lead of 1 Triforce piece, but Nim and EMS pretty much dead even with each other, and both have that, what we call Schrodinger's Go mode factor going on. Jam might have to up A here. I don't think he can hit those moblins with a candle.
No, but it was a very good effort.
And EMS headed back to level 5. This is a level we really haven't seen much of yet.
And with blue land molas, I don't want to see much of it either.
JSR headed back to the Any Road. Heading over to the waterfall area.
So Nimbana back in level 2 with the recorder. Will not still be able to get that item. And I think... I don't know. Where is this darn triforce in level 8?
Canada. Don't ask how we got it to Canada from level 8, but it's in Canada.
Okay, I won't.
JSR is going to get the wand, probably going to go into 4 next and get his bow.
Yep, that does make very good sense from a routing perspective.
And I do think if you're JSR, looks like... Okay, he's not checked the spot, so he's going to check the spot. And finds level 6. Okay! So, we, in the commentator's booth, have Go Mode found, and Nim and EMS are both very likely to be in actual Go Mode, barring a ladder block somewhere.
And then that scenario comes in your head where if they find the Triforce by sheer luck, for example, instead of the ladder in level 8, how soon do you run off to 9?
Probably immediately. You gotta gamble on ladder list at this point. Also, I believe JSR has seen every dungeon location, so now he knows he's just looking for a bow and maybe a ladder. This level 6 find is actually quite significant for JSR, because I don't expect him to check any more caves.
Absolutely, and then, let's see, depending on what's in level 6, could be something like the Any key, and that would just further cement, as I think he calls it Dorito and Dip mode?
Yes. Believe that's his term for it. I expect he will dig level 4, because level 4 is usually small enough that you can dig it pretty easily. Whether or not he digs this 6 is entirely dependent on if he finds the item on the way to the Triforce. If he does not, I don't expect him to stay.
So, Nim doing some work on the Dig Doggers in level 2, Eat My Steel still going through level 5. I do not believe we've seen the staircase. Jam finally finds the Triforce, and that was buried.
Yeah, that's not necessarily the closest to start. Hey, there's that bomb upgrade you wanted.
I didn't see the price, but I see we only got 3.
84.
Oh, okay. And we have the book in level 5.
Not a bad item to get. It's going to give you all the maps as soon as you walk into the dungeon.
And then it's also going to give you lots of flames that you are inevitably going to walk into as well.
Now, I bet you Jam will check all of... Well, Jam's going to world map here to get the red ring, which is not... And that's a level 6. It's not actually that big. It's just very lanky.
Now, you're betting me a lot of things. Are we betting for cookies?
Yes.
Okay.
Continue. Birthday cake flavored cookies specifically.
Okay, so what is your bet?
My bet is Meat blocked Zelda, and Zelda's in a Chevy room. It's a bold bet.
My bet is Meat blocked Magic Staircase to Zelda. Ladder not required.
I have been told that's a guaranteed loss. I accept that that's a guaranteed loss, but if both of us lose, then it doesn't matter.
So, EMS finishing up with the Triforce out of 5, Nim taking a death, Jam now in level 5, and JSR finding the item in 6, which is the magical boomerang, and we do not see a pickup of it today.
No, I don't expect we're gonna see any of the runners grab that.
I know.
I do expect we're going to not see the item in level 2 either, actually. Because the only person who would really go back to get it would be Jam at this point, because Jam has that ladder. But JM also has levels like 4 and 5 still available that have to be done.
And I don't think he's found 4 yet, has he?
Probably not.
Well, that was, what, at the Forgotten Spot? No, wait. Juan was at the Forgotten Spot.
The Grave Shop.
Okay.
JSR gets a Triforce out of level 6. I expect 4 will be his next destination. If he has not seen it, it will be West Death Mountain. But I feel like you would check the open cave here before you go to West Death Mountain.
So EMS now in level 8. We know where the Triforce is, so really it's going to come down to routing, I think. You know, do you always go left? Do you go up? What do the doors tell you to do?
So, to answer the question of who has the lead, JSR is going to be in a known go mode because he's got all of the dungeon locations found after getting the bow out of this 4, with the constant thought of, oh crap, I might have to get a ladder. JM has the ladder, but has not been to level 4 yet, so doesn't have that bow, and will likely end up digging a couple extra places and looking for that bow. Nim doesn't have all the dungeon knowledge yet, has not been to level 5 to have that book, but was our first runner to get bow and silvers. EMS has the book, has the most Triforce pieces on the board, but does not know the location yet of level 6. So to answer the question of who is in the lead, it's chat.
I was going to say we were in the lead.
Well, no, because we might be owing chat cookies. As chat has demanded that if we both lose the bet, we owe them cookies.
I do not remember agreeing to this, as we have JSR with their bow out of 4 and Jam with the book out of 5. I only owe you cookies. I don't remember chat making any prediction, or chat promising cookies.
I see. I accept that too. Hey, wait, that's Gleox's War, not Ganon's War. JSR finds the second bomb upgrade in level 4. We'll see if EMS ends up finding the ladder in level 8 on the way.
Looks like they might be, because I don't remember specifically where the ladder was, but I know Jam did explore this full left half, so probably will come across it in their travels.
This is also assuming 9 doesn't just say, you know what, you're all gonna get to Zelda within a minute of each other because I decided to troll you all equally. Good luck.
I'm okay with this as well.
Nim taking a death in the Landmo room in level 5. Jam also in level 5. Looks like he's in the lower segment right now. JSR continuing to explore level 4. EMS still in level 8. Again, the only runner who has knowledge of where level 6 is JSR at this point. Jam is missing that knowledge, and I believe is also missing the knowledge of level 4. And depending on how Jam routes it, may end up not finding level 6 until late through doing all of West Death Mountain. But does have that red rank, very important.
Well, at this point, no bombs, but Eat My Steel does have the ladder, so at this point, I tend to give them the advantage.
To answer the question that's been asked in chat, level 6 was at the transition screen between East and West Death Mountain.
I think the route that Jam is going to take is going to be dependent on the number of bombs that he has when he comes out of this level 5.
JSR is going to find that the Triforce is ladder blocked from this side in level 4, but he can pretty easily get around it. He's just going to have to spend a key. Which I think he's probably going to be okay with, spending a key to get a Triforce. Given he's on 7. Actually, all the runners besides Nim have quite good key counts right now.
And Jam Evil out of 5, possibly because out of bombs?
I would put money on him being out of 5 because of lack of bombs. He doesn't strike me as the type of runner who would deliberately leave a dungeon if he didn't have to.
And EMS doing their world wrap to get the red ring off the coast. JSR did find the workaround and has their Triforce out of 4.
So now JSR just needs to do levels 5 and 8, both of which are kind of near each other. Likely going to do 5 first. And, oh, by the way, level 7 still exists.
I thought we saw it. I don't remember where we saw it, but I thought we saw it.
It's at the power bracelet spot over by the forest/desert fairy fountain. We saw the runners go in for like 3 rooms, leave, and they have not ever even thought about it since.
Once again, shout out to our wonderful trackers, Boletta and Camion Renokai, who are doing this much better than I ever could.
Jam is now headed up to the grave area, gets a large secret for his efforts. JSR now in the depths of level 5. EMS back to level 8 with the red ring looking for the triforce. And Nim is continuing to try to make his way through this level 5. Runners are starting to get up there a little bit on hearts, but nothing major.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a max check this run.
Probably not. Not unless the game just starts literally throwing all the hearts at them, but JSR's not going to check any more caves at this point. So any bonus caves will not be checked by him. Jam on the path to finding level 4. EMS going to leave those bombs on the ground as he doesn't need to pick them up until he's used one.
And Nim is taking on the Patra.
And here's where you're going to see JSR pick up a little bit of time on Jam from having the bow and arrows coming into this level 5. That's a triforce. Looks like JSR wants to finish out this little segment of 5. I don't disagree with this play at all, but I don't expect him to go back in and dig out the item after this little section.
No, at this point, although the ladder, I don't know, it's one of those items that I would feel very uncomfortable going into 9 without.
But he's also got the recorder as the other side of it. He can just record her back. That's what I think pushes you to be a little bit more willing to gamble, especially putting myself in JSR shoes. 50 minutes in, I got sword after 20 minutes. I'd be feeling like I'm horribly behind and need to just make that ladderless gamble on 5 at least.
So EMS with their Triforce out of 8, JSR with the Triforce out of 5, Jam Evil has found 4, and Nim is going through level 5. We'll hopefully get up to that top section, but are they digging for the item?
I would assume they are at this point, because they have not seen the ladder, and they don't know where 6 is. They don't know that they don't need a raft. So the question will be if JSR ends up getting the ladder out of this level 8. If he does, I really sincerely doubt he digs anything else pretty much ever. And I'm already kind of doubting he's going to dig the raft out of this 8. Especially if he gets an early Triforce.
It really all depends on the routing, because I think at least I was watching EMS go through, and the pathing that the map kind of forced them did put them in the spot for the ladder, so I expect to see JSR getting the ladder out of 8. I will not bet cookies on it, though.
I'm not going to bet cookies on it either, because anything can still happen here, especially if JSR manages to secure an early compass. But I don't think we've even seen where the compass is in 8. That's hard.
No.
The heart is nice. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that EMS is in 7. We get a nice look at it. And, of course, we see a Patra. And with that pickup, he's going to be up to 10 keys. Oh, didn't get it off the floor. Never mind. Still it. No, wait, he did pick it up.
Looks like JSR is going to see at least a little bit of this left side, so may get the ladder. If he does, he'll probably be very happy with it, and then just flat out ignore everything. And then probably just immediately go to 7, which EMS is now in 7.
Yes, we've already seen one Patra.
So the question naturally is going to be, if you are EMS, are you going to dig this 7 now for a potential raft?
If it was me running and I knew that I still had overworld checks, especially like West Death Mountain has at least 4 or 5 checks, I would not be digging just yet, because I've already seen the overworld block, and this is one point where I might gamble.
Yes, level 6 is on Death Mountain over on what's known as the transition screen. Nim gets the Triforce at a level 5. Jam still in level 4. I have not seen them grab a bow yet. JSR in level 8. Very close to where that ladder is. So likely we'll end up with the ladder, which means that 9 is pretty much going to be free for JSR. Well, really all the runners, but... And the reason I say it's pretty much going to be free is they're going to have Red Ring, they're going to have at least Wood Sword and some bombs and bow silvers going in. So they will not be disappointed to see the way this level 9 shakes out.
Listen, I have not seen a bait purchase yet on anybody's side. This is not over yet.
Oh, I agree. We're not out of the woods in any way, shape, or form. Bait's always a possibility until the bait is seen.
Alright, so we have 2 runners in level 8, JSR and Nim. Eat My Steel still working through 7, and Jam Evil is on the hunt for the item in 4.
Now, I do fully expect that... okay, so EMS gets the Triforce out of level 7. We'll see if he elects to go back in. I expect when Jam gets to 7, he will have already seen where level 6 is and will not opt to go any further. Jam does get the bow out of level 4. Level 9 is at the potion shop near vanilla level 6 in the grave.
And you know what? We haven't seen a manhandle yet, have we?
No, we haven't, actually. It's the one boss I don't think we've seen yet.
Okay, so Jam with their Triforce out of 4. At this point, I'm going to start seeing choices made. You know, you've got your silvers, your bow, your ladder, your power bracelet, you found your overworld checks.
And he's heading to the east side of Death Mountain first. A very fortunate choice for Jam. Gonna find level 6, and Jam is up to 12 keys. Nim now has the ladder out of level 8. I think at this stage, I would give the time advantage to Jam just from having level 8 completed and not having to look for that Triforce in 8. However, the Triforce in 6 was not exactly the shortest find, and I do expect that Jam and JSR will be going into 9 within about a minute of each other, because JSR is heading towards the right area to get the Triforce out of level 8. EMS and Nim are not going to be far behind. The main issue that they have right now is they have not seen where level 6 is. EMS is in the right area of the overworld, but is going to go do West Death Mountain first.
And then the one other thing is, now I do believe Jam has seen all of the levels, so I do not believe that they are going to go looking in caves to find that wand at Forgotten Spot. So that could possibly come into play as well.
That is right. Now Jam is headed into the spine of level 6. JSR has elected to do the entire left side of 8 first, which is not a terrible idea. Generally, with these larger dungeons, I would actually kind of approach it the same way as JSR and take a very systematic approach to the dungeon, even if it takes a little bit longer. Because you might find that that systematic approach just is the correct way to go through it. JSR has to watch his money a little bit here. Jam's going to buy the second bomb upgrade. 15 keys, 14 bombs for Jam. That is more than enough resources going into level 9. JSR has found the compass in level 8, so he is about done in here. Gets a forced bomb off of the Moblin.
And Nim is taking on the blue Landmolas with the added benefit of that ladder.
Yes.
I do not remember where the Triforce in 6 was. I want to say that Jam is in the correct area, but I don't remember specifically where.
I believe it was in the upper portion, actually. So, yes, Jam is in the correct area. The difference between JSR and Jam right now could very well be within seconds. Not minutes, seconds. Because JSR is about to go to level 7. Jam likely won't be too far behind. And then on top of that, once EMS and Nim find level 6, they won't be too far behind that either. Which is all of that to say that there is no real good way to predict who's actually going to be strongly ahead going into 9, because it could realistically be any of them.
Yep. And EMS has found level 6, and so now it's just going to be a question of how long it takes them to get through it. And Nim is on the right track in level 8, still needs to head east.
And just like that, now EMS is a contender for the first person to be in level 9. So, if you thought this race was decided that it was going to be one of Jam or JSR going into 9 first, well, nope. Here's EMS saying, you know what, I'm just going to do it.
So Jam with that compass finally knows where they have to go, and then it's just going to be cleanup. Now, they also have the recorder, so I don't remember specifically where 5 and 7 were in relation to the other levels. Really, a lot of that also then comes down to resource management. How well do you use what you have?
So, 7 was kind of near level 3, kind of near level 2. 9 was, like, right next to level 4.
Okay, perfect. So, JSR in level 7. And from what I remember from EMS, it really didn't take him that long to route through it. But I believe he was also looking... No, he didn't get the item out of 7.
He did not. Did Jam ever get the triforce out of level 5?
No, he bounced, I believe, due to lack of bombs.
Okay, that's gonna delay Jam a little bit.
Oh, I think we were seeing a mags check.
On 10 hearts, is it enough? Nope.
Nope. And one little stab of frustration.
And so... Yeah. After all of that, EMS is now the runner that's looking most likely to get into 9 first. JSR and Jam won't be too far behind. JSR will probably get in ahead of Jam just from the level 5 revisit.
Yeah, at least Jam has the compass, so he knows he has to get up to that section. And Nirvana pulling their triforce out of 8, so this is a ridiculously close race. I love it.
Absolutely. I am actually kind of expecting Nim to go to 7 here. Instead of go to Death Mountain looking for 6, try to get 7 done, and that's the direction he's headed. What are the key counts in this seed right now? And there's the ending key for JSR in 7. Okay!
Go ahead.
Nope, you go ahead.
I was going to say, extremely generous keys. We didn't say that it was a poverty key seed. Nobody said it here.
When 11 keys is not enough for level 9, and you need to be sure that you can get through it. Jam is on 18 keys. If Jam gets the any key, I almost expect he's just going to leave it there, because I doubt there's more than 18 locked doors in level 9.
But now you've said it. So
if there are 19 required locked doors in level 9, I will play vanilla.
If there are 19 locked doors in level 9, I will bake cookies for everybody in chat.
And there has to be no keys available in level 9 too. That's the key.
Ah, yes.
Speaking of keys, JSR now headed up to this upper portion. There's the Triforce for JSR. And EMS gets the Triforce out of 6 at the same time. So that's going to be about... Everyone keep track of when these two runners get into 9. It could very well be near simultaneously.
And Nirvana and Jamevil both in level 7. So this is fantastic. I love this. And as far as hearts, items, EMS and JSR evenly matched. Less than 5 seconds?
It's a 4-second difference between the two of them getting into 9.
And bait block still outstanding.
Nim gets the any key and is the only runner on single-digit keys when he gets it, so that is appropriate. Alright, so both EMS and JSR are going to be listening for the Roar of Ganon and looking for a single shutter door that does not open. EMS does not have the any key, so if this is a key-heavy 9, EMS will have some struggles. Jam is... Even if it's a key-heavy 9, I think Jam is fine.
Yes. And looks like the compass was a fairly early find, so really the question is who finds the pig first?
Yeah, because you've got that. Jam's not far behind. Map is being pointed out as a potential difference maker as well. in that the map for EMS could be significant if the map is buried deep in this 9. Jam on the way into 9 now. Nim will still have to go back to level 6, which he does not know where it is. JSR elects to take a stair in 9. I've personally become a big fan of taking stairs in 9.
I remember once talking to Jam about, what makes you fully explore a level carefully versus taking stairs, and at least the last time I talked to him, his particular opinion is how far behind I am. If you feel that you are behind runners, you will start taking, at least in his opinion, of course, knowing my luck when we talked to him, he'd be like, I never said that! But I would expect him to take staircases. Because you feel like you're behind, you have to hope for that magic staircase that maybe somebody who more carefully explored the level did not try.
Dan's gonna find the white sword. Caesar was like, wait, no, I want this!
Yeah, you pick that! You get down there and get that! Because that literally cuts your fight with Ganon in half.
But JSR has a roar! JSR has Ganon! Taking the stair led to Ganon, but he's in a Chevy room! Thankfully the ladder is in JSR's inventory, but you can kill Ganon in this room and still pick up the triforce at the end. It's just difficult.
I know, but still, could you imagine?
JSR wants to try to get a stun lock, electing to use the stand on the ladder strats and fight Ganon in the middle as necessary. But JSR is in a very strong position to take the win on this race.
Yeah, has a potion, I believe, as well, so just needs to sword him down.
JSR and EMS, well, Jam and EMS are kind of in the same area. JSR gets Ganon down, knows exactly where Zelda is. And he's gonna look for a shortcut going this way. Can he get one?
Oh, at this point, yeah, just up an A, exactly where you have to go.
Like, I don't think looking for the shortcut there was a bad idea. I would do the exact same thing, but if you don't find it immediately, you just go the way that you know exists.
Absolutely. So it looks like, actually, Jam and EMS are only like 1 or 2 rooms apart from each other. This is amazing.
And if there's a bomb path to Ganon from this way, they could be so right on top of each other. JSR accidentally leaves the room. Although I wonder if that was more a case of, because it's a turnstile room, he may not have wanted to do the clip. But here we go. Everyone, get your GGs in chat for JSR. Gonna be our first place finisher with an official time of 1:06:32.
That was incredible. That is a race. And still, it's not over. We've got Jam Evil and EMS duking it out in level 9, and Nirvana is going in the right direction for their level 6.
And bear in mind, folks, even because we're still in the group stages, there are points assigned to each of the runners based on their position. So this race for second is still just as pivotal, as we are joined by JSR. GG, sir.
GG.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
So we have a fun little factoid for you.
Okay.
EMS went into 9 4 seconds before you did.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he did not take the stair. He instead elected to dig around that bottom portion of 9 a little bit. But it has led to him getting the white sword. And Jam also went into 9 about a minute after the both of you guys did.
So it sounds like it was super close.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I thought I was behind. I mean, I guess 4 seconds I technically was behind, but I mean, I felt like that dig of level 2 killed me. I kind of expected that I was donezo after I'd found out that item was ladder blocked. I never even saw what it was.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, the vast majority of everyone went into level 2 at some point and dug it. Because it's level 2. It's totally not blocked.
Yeah, it's the easiest dungeon in the game besides level 1. Kappa? Kappa?
But no, the difference maker in 9 was just you taking the stair, getting you up into that north area first. But yeah, we were sitting here saying, okay, well, it's probably going to be one of you or Jam getting into 9 first because both of you only like had 7 left, and then EMS out of nowhere just suddenly only has 6 left and just gets the Triforce out of 6 at the same time you get it out of 7.
That Triforce was right there, man, and I dug that. But, you know, man, I mean, the adrenaline rush that I've got going right now, I can barely control my shaking or my voice right now. That's why I didn't block clip the turnstile. I was shaking too hard. I was like, I could barely breathe. And then when I went down into the shutter door, I just looked over. I'm like, dude, I'm about to get sniped. But that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what makes these tournaments so much fun. It's like, it's great to win. It's great to lose. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because, like, this is what I live for, man. This is what makes it all worth it. This is so much fun.
And, as we were talking, Jam went into Ganon's room and killed Ganon about the same time as EMS went into Ganon's room, so the two of them are going to be within probably 30 seconds.
Oh, this is fantastic. And the interesting thing, JSR, I was watching, you found your wooden sword last, and it was by a long time. So I wonder, at what point were you white-knuckling your controller as soon as you saw that?
Not at all. I knew the white sword was in the northeast. I mean, the biggest setback in the overworld for me was dying on the Vanilla 2 screen with the Lionels. But my strategy in tournament races, typically, I want to know. I don't want to guess. So anytime I can control a variable, I'm going to try to eliminate that as a possibility. And so, like, I wasn't looking for the wooden sword. I was looking for all the levels in the white sword item. And figured, okay, once I know where everything is and I know what's blocked and everything, then I'll go find the sword. Because I don't dig dungeons until I know exactly what I'm dealing with. And wow, EMS with this! Oh my god, sorry.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh no, I was waiting for you to stop talking.
Yeah, because
god,
EMS
snipe.
EMS by taking the slightly shorter path ends up with the 14-second snipe over JSR. Or Jam. Y'all have the names that start with Jam. I'm gonna do that every so often. My apologies.
GG's Eat My Steel and Jam, man. Wow, what a race, man. Oh.
We are joined by EMS. GG's on the extremely close second place.
Holy cow, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. GG's, dude. This is awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, first of all, I mean, I was just waiting to be sniped myself. You know, getting to that Dark Nut room right before Zelda there, I was like, oh, I'm going to be killing these Dark Nuts and Jam's going to nail me.
So did y'all coordinate on trying to get into 9 at the same time?
Yeah, because apparently you and I entered like right next to each other, and then you and Jam finished right next to each other, so it was super close.
Ah, crazy. Yeah, nice. I felt super behind because of my Overworld early. So many deaths. I was just like, my heart's still pounding from that.
So, what made the difference between you and Jam EMS was you had taken the up A to go back to Zelda. Jam had taken the other way around without taking the up A, and that was just enough to make the difference. Because Jam had Ganon down about as you were entering the room.
And speaking of Jam Evil, we are joined by him. GG, sir.
Hey, thanks. I caught the tail end of that. I'm guessing there was a faster way to Zelda. GG, Steel. Yo, GG, JSR. Awesome,
GG.
awesome match.
Yeah,
GG, Jam. So much fun. I can't wait to watch this one back, because apparently we were like super close. And yeah, like I found Zelda by bombing up from start. I just went straight up, and I ran into the compass, and then I bombed over and found a turnstile room that led right to her.
Yeah, I did the same.
Chat's demanding cookies. Because there was no meat block.
I mean, I'm
no.
cookies.
The chat getting cookie was for more than 19 locked doors in level 9. As I recall, you and I did not make any promises for the meat block in 9.
I had so many keys.
The any key was in level 7, by the way.
I almost didn't grab it, but I mean, I've had that happen before where I've gone into 9 with 10 keys and finished with 1. You know what I mean? Like, I never take my key count for granted anymore. The any key's too OP, so if I find it, I grab it every time.
Try 18.
You had 18 keys?
Yeah, man.
I had 11 when I got the any key, I think.
So,
what
I'm just gonna say it, between all of you guys, I think at one point the four of you combined had like close to 40 keys. So I'm pretty sure that you guys just took all of the keys from the entirety of this group stage and just put them all in this seed.
So game 2 is going to be key starved, is what you're telling us.
Yes.
You know what? Yeah, you know what that means is that the next seed we play, we're gonna have no keys, and we're gonna be farming Guinea in the stupid graveyard to get enough money. Yeah.
We just need the seed to hook us up with like a money-making game on the start screen. We'll be good.
But are you team center or team left?
I'm center all the way.
Yeah, it's the fastest one to get to.
I typically don't gamble, so.
I blame Ice Blue. He got me addicted to it. I live in Vegas. I gotta represent.
So meanwhile, Nim has come into level 9, and let's see how fast they can get through it.
Yeah, we were very concerned, EMS, that you were going to go dig 7 for a raft. Or dig 2 for a raft, because you hadn't seen 6.
Oh, no, I definitely will check all the overworld spots before I go doing that kind of stuff.
Can anyone confirm if level 2's item was indeed whistle blocked?
I did. I checked the whole thing. No, it wasn't. It wasn't whistle blocked. It was ladder blocked. Because I full cleared it. I even killed the blue dark nuts. It was definitely ladder blocked.
Nim gets a white sword very quickly in 9. Probably not disappointed to see that.
Super cool. Yeah, I was talking to Boof and Boom right before the stream, and I was like, man, I really hope that there's a power bracelet at the Armos item, and I hope that the wood sword is power bracelet blocked. So as soon as I saw the power bracelet early, I was like, oh, it's gonna happen. So it didn't. But I found 2 super early, so it did. I wasted so much time, I think, in level 8. 8 was so huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in 8. I found the ladder, dipped out, went and got the red ring, and came right back and dug for the try.
Like, I almost went back into 5. When I found the triforce in 5, I almost went back in. I decided, I gotta go to 8 anyways. Because the only thing I was missing for Go was ladder. And before I went to 7, I went right for that red ring, man. And I'm glad I did, because that 7 had a lot of whiz robes in it. And, oh man, this was such a fun seed, though. Like, the combat was fair. There was just enough of a challenge where it never got annoying or anything like that. It was a really fun seed.
By the way, Nim's about to blitz this 9 because he's fighting Ganon now.
Wow, he's really flying.
Also, I don't know if there was actually a hard ladder block, because you could fight Ganon in this room if you came in from the left through that bomb wall, and then you didn't need the ladder if you just killed Ganon in the perfect spot. That is not the perfect spot.
I mean, I wouldn't want to try it.
It'd be kind of a fun challenge, I suppose. Wow,
Yeah.
he really did this 9, like, perfectly. That's sick.
Did anyone count how many Patras I had to kill with the wood sword this season?
I know at one point we had a total Patra count going, but I think we stopped counting at like 8.
Yeah, we forgot.
I think I only killed 1 Patra with a wood sword, and I had the wand for the rest of it, so that was pretty nice. I felt like that was a little bit of my saving grace, was finding the wand, and then having the bow and silvers before going and digging 5, and being able to get through that without being blocked.
GG's, Nim.
Yep,
GG's
everybody
Nim.
get your GGs in chat for the race time GG time finish of 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 55 seconds.
GG. Wow. Everyone's sub 120. That's crazy. It's a good seed.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you, everybody, for getting this together. I know this was kind of a roller coaster ride getting this race in, but I'm glad we did, and it was a lot of fun, and I can't wait for race 2.
I would like to say thank you to all of y'all for giving us a absolutely amazing race to yammer over.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch this one back. This will be great.
Yep. I'm coming for blood next time. I ain't taking it easy.
Make sure you have your popcorn.
Thanks, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and hop on out, but definitely GG's to all of you, and thank you so much for everything behind the scenes, SpeedGaming, and Alsoa and Boof, and our tracker. I'm not sure who's tracking, but thank you, and all that good stuff. I'll catch you all later.
Yep. Same.
Okay, bye guys.
Yeah. GG, man. Well done.
It looks like it is Saturn Valley from Earthbound as a recorder theme, as we have Nim joining us in the chat. GG's on really a good race between the 4 of you, and you pulling off the perfect 9.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky with that 9, finding the white sword and then going straight to Ganon.
That was the fastest out of all 4.
It's a shame I spent so much time in 2.
I'm pretty sure 2 was like everybody dug 2 at some point. It was just a matter of how much time did they spend digging 2. There was not a single one of you 4 that did not say, I'm going to go dig 2, and then just get denied. Although we do now know the raft is in 2.
Wait, when did we see the wooden boomerang? Oh, that's right, because raft cannot be in 9, right?
Right. So by process of elimination, the wooden boomerang's in 9.
So Nim, what did you think of this seed?
I thought overall it was a really easy seed. I went back into 2, what was it, 3 times total? And that just was a waste of time.
I think the only difference really is that by the end of it, you were still missing level 6 by the time everybody was all finished. And that was, I think, one of the things that kind of pushed it a little. You still had to explore Death Mountain.
Yeah, finding level 6, I realized I didn't even check the flute spot when I was near it, so I was worried that it was going to be there once I started going up on Death Mountain.
How'd you do on that overworld early, Nim? I took lots of boomerangs to the face and Lionel beams to the face early. I don't remember how many deaths I had. Way too many.
I had a couple of deaths early on that I probably should have avoided. I had 14 total deaths.
As client's back at 8 deaths, that's a lot for me.
I died several times in 2 and kept trying to dig through it, and then I was just wasting lots of time. And I realized it at one point, and it just finally left.
The happiest I was to see that ladder when I finally found it in 8. Oh my god. It's like, I'm red ring now. Please, thank you.
Nim, you have the distinction of being the only runner to pick up the 8 key on less than double-digit keys.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I think EMS and JSR both got up to 11, and JM was sitting on 18 going into 9.
Wow. I mean, I know there's a lot of keys throughout that seed, but...
I'm pretty sure between the 4 of you, the total key count was north of 40, which means you all just took all of the keys from all of this group stage and just put them in the seed.
So, I pity you guys for the next race because you're not going to be finding any keys anywhere.
Look forward to it. Good GG, Nim. I'm going to top off, but thanks for doing the comms and everything, everybody, and it was a fun race.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody getting together for this race. Sorry for the roller coaster. My job, they decided they wanted me to close last night because our closing driver's car died, and then I have to work today now when I wasn't supposed to. They changed my schedule twice today, so I was able to actually race instead of not being able to.
Well, we are very glad that you were able to, because you guys gave us one heck of a race.
Absolutely. And I believe that is going to do it for us. I'm not sure what we have coming up next here on this channel. I do know we have some more Z1R action tonight. There is a doubleheader. It doesn't look like it has a confirmed restream yet, but there is a doubleheader going on tonight between a couple of people, a whole 4 of them. But elsewise, I will give Boof and Boom the final word.
Okay, well, I just want to say thank you very much, Alsoa, for a fantastic commentary experience. A pleasure as usual. I want to thank our trackers, Kamiya Ranokai and Boletta, for doing fantastic tracking as usual, because good only I can't do it. And make sure you give all of our racers, Jam Evil, JSR, Namanva, and Eat My Steel, follows, because they are showing you exactly why they deserve to be here. And hopefully next time, chat, you guys will get lucky where we do make a prediction that you will get cookies.